Mark Douglas Brown McKinney is a Canadian comedian and actor, best known for his work in the sketch comedy troupe The Kids in the Hall. Following the run of their television series and feature film, he went on to star in Saturday Night Live from 1995 to 1997. From 2003 to 2006, he co-created, wrote and starred in the acclaimed miniseries Slings and Arrows, a TV show about a Canadian theatre company struggling to survive while a crazy genius director haunted by his dead mentor helps the actors find authenticity in their acting. Early life. McKinney was born in Ottawa, Ontario, the son of Chloe, an architectural writer, and Russell McKinney, a diplomat. Because of his father's career, he did a lot of traveling when he was young. Some of the places he lived while growing up were Trinidad, Paris, Mexico, and Washington, D.C. He also attended Trinity College School, a boarding school in Port Hope, Ontario. For a short while, McKinney was a student at Memorial University of Newfoundland, where he was a political science major. Acting career. The Kids in the Hall. He started doing comedy with the Loose Moose Theatre Company in Calgary, Alberta. There, McKinney met Bruce McCulloch. Together they formed a comedy team called The Audience. Eventually, McKinney and McCulloch moved to Toronto, and met Dave Foley and Kevin MacDonald, who were in the process of forming a comedy troupe, along with Scott Thompson, who joined after coming to a stage show, and producer Lorne Michaels. The Kids in the Hall was formed in 1985. Notable kids characters played by McKinney include the Chicken Lady, Daryl, bluesman Mississippi Gary, and Mr. Tyzik the Head Crusher, an embittered Eastern European who pretended to crush the heads of passers-by between his thumb and forefinger. Saturday Night Live. After the end of The Kids in the Hall, McKinney joined the cast of another Lorne Michaels sketch comedy show, Saturday Night Live, in the middle of the 1994-1995 season as a repertory player. McKinney survived the cast overhaul that occurred at the end of season 20 and stayed on SNL until the end of the 1996-1997. During his time on SNL, McKinney had 6 recurring characters and 27 celebrity impersonations. Movie appearances. He has appeared in several films, including the SNL spin-offs Superstar, The Ladies' Man, A Night at the Roxbury. McKinney also starred opposite Isabella Rossellini in Guy Madden's acclaimed tragicomedy The Saddest Music in the World. He also appeared in the Spice Girls movie Spice World. McKinney co-wrote and starred in the Kids in the Hall movie Brain Candy, in which, among other roles, he spoofed SNL and KITH executive producer Lorne Michaels. Theatre. His theatre appearances include The Ugly Man with One Yellow Rabbit at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in Glasgow. He was in the cast of the Roundabout Theatre production of Flea in Her Ear and David Lindsay Abba's Fuddy Mears for the Manhattan Theatre Club. During the fall of 2001, McKinney performed the one-man show Fully Committed at the Winter Garden Theatre in Toronto and again in the summer of 2002 at the Centaur Theatre in Montreal. Latest appearances. His latest appearances on television have been as a cast member on the CBC comedy Hatching, Matching, and Dispatching, the first season of Robson Arms, as well as on the hit Canadian comedy Corner Gas. From 2003 to 2006, he co-created, co-wrote and starred in the acclaimed dramedy TV miniseries Slings and Arrows, about the backstage goings-on in a Canadian Shakespearean theatre company struggling with financial problems as they rehearse and present various productions. In 2006-07 he both worked as a story editor on and a recurring role in NBC's Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip as Andy McKinney, a humorless widowed writer, story editor for the show within a show. He directed the short film Not Pretty, Really for the 2006 anthology Shorts in Motion, The Art of Seduction. As well, he directed and appeared on the CBC radio post-apocalyptic comedy Steve the First and its sequel, Steve the Second, for his friend Matt Watts. He is also a writer for What's New sitcom Michael, Tuesdays and Thursdays, which was scheduled to debut on CBC television in fall 2011. In the summer of 2007, he became the showrunner and executive producer of Less Than Kind, a half-hour comedy starring Maury Chaykin. He was in an episode of the Canadian children's TV show Dino Dan, episode Prehistoric Zoo. Ready, Set, Dino. He plays Dino Dan's track coach in the second part, Ready, Set, Dino, of this two-show episode released the 4th of October 2010. He co-wrote and starred in the Kids in the Hall 2010 reunion project Death Comes to Town. In 2011, he was an executive producer of Picnic Face, a sketch TV series from the Halifax comedy troupe of the same name produced for the Comedy Network. In 2014, he appeared in the CBC television series The Best Laid Plans. In 2015, he is a co-star in the sitcom Superstore. Dynaman McKinney is credited in the American-dubbed parody of the popular Japanese television series Kagaku Sentai Dynaman as the voice of Yusuke, aka Dyna Blue.